Hi there, Steve Kaufman here. Haven't done a video in a while. I've had my son and his family visiting from London. They've gone south to Portland to visit some friends, so I'm going to do a video here. I'm going to talk about habits and in particular make reference to flashcards. A lot of people use Anki or other sort of spaced repetition systems for learning languages. I must say I don't really do that. I will occasionally review words before studying a lesson at Link or after, but I don't consistently study with flashcards. Of course a lot of people swear by that, and I guess I swear by not doing that. And I think the important thing is the kind of habits that we can develop. I notice that my activity with Link is very much habit-based. I'm in the habit of downloading some content from a website. I'm in the habit of processing it at Link, where I save all the words that I don't know to a database, and then I'm in the habit of reading. So I don't have to think about what am I going to do today. I just do what I'm in the habit of doing. And then I listen during the day. So it's kind of a routine, a habit. And I think if we get, whatever habit we get into, if we are in the habit of doing our flashcards for 10 or 15 minutes a day, then that's a good thing, and that's a habit. But I'm not persuaded that necessarily that one habit is better than the other. It depends what we like to do, how we like to spend our time. We never really know, and I think this is an important point, we never really know when we're engaged in a particular activity, just to what extent it's contributing to our learning. If we are, I have read, Russian conjugation tables or declension tables, or German or French, and in the end, I can remember it for a short period of time and then it's gone. I'm not convinced that does much for me, but I think it has some beneficial influence. Similarly, when I'm doing flashcards, I'm never sure how much I'm really retaining there. But what I do know is that the way I learn, for example, if I look at my Ukrainian, in the last 3 months, I have created 14,000 links, roughly. That means that I have saved 14,000 words. So those were words that appeared as blue on my lesson page in Link, and then they were converted to yellow. And many of those I have seen again and again in subsequent texts. Now I know that the cumulative effect of that over the 3 months is very positive, because I can now understand podcasts, I can read text, and I understand a lot of it. In a way, I understand sometimes more than I give myself credit for, because this is another issue. Habits is one thing, and often we don't give ourselves credit for what we understand. So we kind of think we don't understand it when in fact we did understand it. So for example, I'll read the text without importing it into Link. I'll more or less understand it. Then I'll import it into Link, pick out the few words that I didn't know, and I discovered that what I had assumed to be the meaning in fact was the meaning. So, it's a bit of a digression, but sometimes we become, again, it's a habit. I'm addicted, in a sense, to reading these texts in Link, where I have my online dictionaries. I can quickly review my yellow words that I have met before. I can look up the blue words. So I prefer to read in that environment, but actually I understand quite well even without that. And this is as a result of 3 months. So 14,000 words that I have looked up in an online dictionary. So now, if I were to use Anki, I was looking up some websites. If you Google efficient use of Anki or efficient use of flashcards, you'll find a lot of information, people recommending how you should go about using them. They suggest that typically you can do 10 flashcards a minute. They recommend that you spend 5 or 10 minutes a day on flashcards. Well, I add, let's say that the 3 months is roughly 100 days. I add 140 new words a day to my list, to my stack, to my deck. So just to review those 140 new words would take me what is it, 60, what did they say? 10 a minute. So 140 is going to be 14 minutes. 10 per minute. So quick math here. If I have 140 to do, that's going to take me 14 minutes. Yeah, what am I saying? 14 minutes. So that's just for the words that I saved today. Now, if I want to review some words that I had saved previously, I could very quickly double or triple that. Do I really want to spend an hour a day working through flashcards? I mean, I have 14,000 words saved there. I don't think I do. And I find that because I'm now interested in the events in Ukraine, so much of what I'm reading is about political events in Ukraine, so that those words tend to repeat. So I am getting a sort of spaced repetition system based on that particular area of interest. When I was reading Tolstoy in Russian, I would get his vocabulary and the kind of words that he used. So by focusing your reading on a particular author or on a particular subject, you will get that concentration of key vocabulary. And of course, the most frequent words are going to appear anyway. The take, give, come, go, I, you, he, therefore are going to show up all the time. So I'm getting enough repetition, but I'm getting it in an environment that's rich to me, that has resonance, that has meaning. And I'm seeing the word, alive with other words. So I'm happy doing that. However, that's my habit. It's very easy for me to go and just do my routine. Download, link, review on my iPad, whatever. Occasionally go through the words, the flashcards. That's my habit. But other people have other habits. So I think the important thing here is to develop habits that work for you, that you like doing, so that almost without thinking, you just go and do whatever it might be. And it might be reviewing a stack or a deck of flashcards in Anki, or it might be doing a lesson at Link, or importing something to study at Link. I think the key thing is to have good habits. And while I was I was looking for my microphone because I hadn't used it for a while, and so I came across this, and I'll just mention it because I was in St. Petersburg, Russia, in 2011, and I was there on the day of the city, and I was wandering down, I can't remember which street, and everybody had these things, and I asked this family of Russians, I said, where can I buy one? And they said, buy one here, and they gave me one. And I just think of it because there's so much hysteria and hate now in this whole Ukrainian situation, and the Russians are being told to hate the West and hate the Ukrainians, and you've got all kinds of heated feelings and stuff like that. And somehow, if people can just learn to respect each other and try to resolve their problems peacefully, we'd have a lot better world. Anyway, that's my take on habits and language learning. Bye for now.